Today I'm going to share with you how to get comfortable with white space and a lot of texture, creating this fun background. Here is what you will need to create this project. First, prepare your surface by brushing on a layer of DecoArt Media White Gesso. Allow this layer plenty of time to dry completely. You can use a heat gun to speed up the drying time. For this layer, you want to pick out one of your favorite texture stencils. I use the Andy Skinner halftone stencil and DecoArt modeling paste. Take a palette knife or a credit card and randomly stencil in various locations of your project. Remember to not overthink this and just go for it. You can wipe any of the excess modeling paste and put it back into the jar. Again, you will want this layer to completely dry, and a heat gun can be used to speed up the drying time. Take drywall mesh tape that can be found in most hardware stores and cut it. Use DecoArt Matte Medium to adhere the mesh to the page. You will brush a thin layer below the mesh and over the mesh and allow that to completely dry. Take a pair of scissors and cut off any excess mesh off of the sides. A heat gun can be used to speed up the drying time, but be careful not to concentrate over the mesh as that will melt. Use a palette knife to apply DecoArt Media Crackle Paste around the perimeter of the page. One tip when using crackle, the thicker you put the crackle on, the bigger the cracks will be. The smaller, the finer the cracks will be. Any excess crackle paste can be put back into the jar. This step needs to dry naturally, so remember not to take a heat gun to this. Once the crackle is completely dry, now comes the fun and easy part to complete this project. Water down DecoArt Media Fluid Acrylics, blue-green light, and cobalt turquoise hue to form a wash. Using a fan brush, you can randomly splatter those two colors all over your project. Wipe the fan brush over the top to let the water run down, which will also bring out the cracks and texture that you have in the project. Remember to not overthink this and add water as needed to have the colors run down the page. Take a heat gun in between layers and continue to add color as desired. Take a dry, hard bristle brush and some DecoArt Media Payne's Gray to distress the edges and go over your texture lightly to highlight it. Remember not to overload your brush. You can continue to distress the edges with a dry brush using carbon black to further enhance the edges. Now you have a great background that was fun to create and will make your final project pop. Remember, texture, layers, and white space are a lot of fun. Make sure to mix it up with different stencils and try it on different surfaces. For more information and inspiration, visit DecoArt.com.